Alright, well, haven't streamed in a while, or made a video I should say. I only stream because it's easiest way to get the video online. What I was gonna say was, let's see, I haven't streamed in a while. I actually got set up, my office got all rearranged and finally got set up to do it, and did it, but I hadn't done it in so long that I forgot to turn the stream on. So I actually did a bunch of stuff for an hour and ended up not recording it. So I already unboxed, but I'm gonna kind of show what I unboxed now, just so you can see some of the new stuff I got. Let's start with this, I guess. Off of eBay, I got some, it's kind of like 10 interesting keys from an old keyboard, keycaps from an old keyboard. They are pretty cool, they are pretty interesting. They're all double shot. They're all this particular style of keycap switch. I have a couple of those. I couldn't tell you which ones actually look like that, but or which keyboards I have use this type, but I believe I have two of them that can take this type. So at some point I'll look that up and see what we got. Let's switch over to Microscope and see if we can look at them under there, maybe. A little close up on a few of these guys. Yeah, there's the underside pattern. Maybe we'll flip them over so you can see how clear the colors are, and it's kind of some cool set, I would say. White, beige, brown. Let me see if I can get these in the video. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, that's kind of just 10 keycaps for $5 or $10 on eBay. We'll flip back to overhead. Put these in a bag to store for later. I kind of have a box that has all my bags of keys, older ones. Another interesting thing I got was, this is an artisan I've been waiting for from Drop. It's from Dwarf Factory. First one I've gotten from them, I think. So it's got an interesting box. You pull on this tab. One thing I wasn't prepared to see was little finger condoms. Yeah, so we took the outer case off, and then you can see the artisan in there. Not quite sure. I ended up pulling out the foam, and there's a little booklet on how to, I guess. Shows you how to use your little finger glove things, and I don't think I'm quite that careful, so I'm not going to do that. But you can see the bottom is just hollow, so I can just put through. I don't know how fragile they are. This one doesn't seem too fragile, so here's what it looks like. I'm having trouble with my CD920 camera. Turned off autofocus because otherwise I focused in on this bottom part. So we'll switch over to the USB microscope to see this up close, I guess. So there you can see it's waffles with some butter and syrup, and the bottom looks like that. So yeah, so I'll switch back, and here's my artisan keycap, artisan display case with an acrylic cover. So we'll put it in there for now. It's a nice addition. Got suckered in with the food. I guess, what other food do I have? I have a strawberry dipped in chocolate. That's my other food one. This is a cool case, so I'm gonna probably try to hold on to it. It's pretty good. Pretty good packaging, I'd say. Attention to detail. What's next? I got this. This is a movable, lockable track thing. It's for lighting setups. So it's made by Neewer, as you can see on the main part itself, and comes with this case. it has a knob here for locking it in, but basically it's meant for kind of track shooting with your camera and stuff. But my USB microscope you have to focus it manually, but then I think this is what I was hoping for to give me, I can set it at whatever height so I could actually, you know, lock it in and have a nice close-up look at whatever height I want of whatever it is. So I have to figure out some way to have this like stay up, so I need a base for it. It does have like kind of some extra mounting screw holes or something, so I imagine I can figure something out there. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Locks on the lock in position or let it slide. This can mount on something, so it can mount, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm happy with that. I think that's good. My task knife was sharp enough to open most of the boxes. That was kind of cool. Worked well. Okay, the other thing I was heading towards is I like trying to think of ways to reuse or fix these old quality, higher quality keyboards, you know. Sometimes the case is heavy, it's got a nice metal plate. Yeah, maybe it's yellowed, so you try to retrobrate it. Well, eventually instead of retrobrating, I might try Cerakoting to get some colors instead of trying to make the yellowing go away. This is another one that I didn't quite know the word for, and I finally stumbled on it one night when I was reading some Death Authority, and I guess the word I liked that I stumbled on that led to some good searches was stem modding. So this is a keycap. It's got a long stem on it. You know what that means? It's a rubber dome because the stem pushes down on the rubber. And so this came from a Digital Equipment Corporation terminal. See if I can get this up here to see a little bit. Yeah, this is bad without autofocus, but you can see the stem. So in order to mod this, basically the idea would be to cut it out of there and put a Cherry MX mount in its stem in its place, so that these keycaps could be used on the Cherry MX board. I don't know what problems I'll face, but basically I knew I wanted it. This is something I've been thinking about for a while because this particular keycap set was amazing. Multiple colors, good thick double shots, and it was the most brittle kind of keycaps I'd ever experienced. They were breaking off left and right, because they had like kind of two attachments, plus I don't know, they were just breaking all over the place, and so I was unhappy about how brittle it was, but I would love to reuse the keys if I could. So I got to start learning more about profiles and stuff too. But in order to cut this out, I think a Dremel tool would be fun to use, and kind of wanted more I'm a poser, so I'm buying these things, but I haven't used them yet. So I ended up, long story short, showing you that stem that I did get the Dremel set up to try to use for some of the smaller stuff on keyboards. So this is the one I chose. I researched the Dremels, and this is the one I chose that I thought would be great. It's wireless, it's handheld, so probably have to buy some different bits and stuff that are specific for what, I don't know which one's going to cut the stem off that keycap, or that keycap set. But then there's also, I got a couple more pieces that are interesting. This one is fine motor skills. So while this one you're holding with your hand, this one you can see from the picture that you're holding it like you're writing with a pen. So I thought that might be worth trying. I got a couple more attachments. This one looks really cool. It's from Dremel, and it's this Multivise, so you can imagine the delicate work of trying to deal with these keycaps. Well, this thing should be able to kind of goes all different directions and will hold on, and so I'm hoping it can hold these keycaps while I'm working on them maybe, but I don't know how much work putting it in and out, but kind of want this multi-shape thing. I've seen some other really fancy ones, like jewelers have a bunch of crazy stuff, like this omnidirection ball thing that holds things in place, and so I think Adam Savage was showing that on his YouTube channel. So, you kind of can see a bunch of tools from cross-discipline, like what other people use. So that's another part of my Dremel setup that I have yet to use, so full-on poser as usual. And then this one is kind of yet another one. This is a drill press. So, you know, it might come in handy for drilling through wood or metal. In particular, I can show you this. I have this other concept of kind of reusing old keyboards, which might be replacing a solid case and innards with Cherry MX, and so I was trying to figure out how to do that, and I posted on the Desk Authority. No one really answered, but I guess in my mind I said, well, I need to get a plate that can hold Cherry MX switches, and do plate mount. That's the first thing, and then figure out how to mount that in the sturdy older case. And so I kind of looked at keycad, and I forget all the names, but I was looking at these software things to represent the holes in a steel plate, and then basically it's like 3D printing. I ended up getting a laser etching laser metal shop that for $35 would, you know, take one of the outputs of the layouts I had. And so yeah, this one I was kind of worried when I bought it. I was like, I didn't hear from the place, and I'm like, are they out of business? And I sent an email and didn't hear anything, but then all of a sudden it showed up on my door, and it kind of felt like a American place, but then it came from like with foreign writing that I didn't recognize, either from Russia or something. But regardless, it was kind of cool that I got to pick how this metal plate looked, and for $35 someone cut it out for me and sent it to me. Now I guess it's 1 mil, so it's got a little bit of flex, but it's pretty sturdy, I'd say. We'll see. I guess I didn't realize that it was the keyboard I was going to put this in, which I specifically made this for, that it had the full keypad and everything, but it kind of makes sense on an older keyboard. The numpad, I mean. I also, a lot of those drawings were like trying to accommodate everything, like Cherry MX or Alps, or, you know, what kind of stabilizers, you know, I forget the different types, but Cherry versus, I forget what the other one is. A few different of those. I'm like, nope, I don't want all that noise. I'm just trying to, let's just do MX to keep this simple. And so this is the plate, came in the mail. So this is part of the unboxing. I'll do a different video where I try to, I guess, fit it in the start of like kind of revamping this keyboard that I like, the case that I like a lot, with trying to get it to take this MX board, which might involve that Dremel to drill some holes to mount this plate inside that case. So new ground for me, but we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I'll learn as it goes. Yeah, so that's all of the unboxing. I do have several keyboards from recyclers and eBay that I was going to run through, but I'll do that in a different video because it's more of a recycler haul video to show you what I got, and we'll label them. And so my desk setup's back, and that's it for now, and we'll see you in the next video.